As you start to embrace hard, easy actually, believe it or not, it starts to become easy because it's like after so many times of you doing what's hard, it becomes easy. Like think about it. After waking up early, it starts to become easy to wake up early. After, reading a book for 90 days, at the beginning it was hard to pick it up, but then after 90 days, you're itching to pick up the book. So what was once hard is now easy. Because one thing I've learned, guys, believe it or not, was easy to do is also easy not to do. All right. So if it's hard, do it because it's going to make you better. Whatever is hard, do it. Don't let yourself get caught up, okay, in doing what's easy. If anything, get caught up in what's hard because understand the dream is free, the journey isn't, okay? And shortcuts, they don't pay off in the distance. If it's easy, it's not for you. If it's hard, it's for you. Never forget that. Number 4, anticipate failure. You want to get a great return on failure? Believe it or not, guys, it's good to anticipate failure. What do I mean by that? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Okay. You got to remember, part of the game is failing. So if you want to be successful, if you want to set yourself apart from your colleagues and your business partners, and you really want to be the difference maker, you got to be able to fail better than everybody around you. You're going to have to. Okay. One of the reasons why I'm still here in my business 7 years later is because I understood failure better than everybody else. I was able to get knocked down many times and I got back up. But I anticipated failure. I was never naive to failure. I knew I was going to fail because I'm doing a business that is still very early. Right? I was very early into the business of entrepreneurship, network marketing, trading, investing, all these things, leadership, even speaking. So I knew I was going to fail. So I anticipated it. And all I did was prepare. Like I always teach you guys, if you fail to prepare, you can finish it for me. You prepare to fail. So in order for you to anticipate failure the right way, you got to prepare for it. You got to do the work. You got to read the proper books. You got to listen to the right podcast, the right audios. Okay, you got to seek for mentorship. You got to do the things that are required. You just can't be somebody that is not doing the work. You got to do the work. You got to put the practice in because life is the game. But what are you doing at practice? What are you doing in the morning when nobody's watching? Are you preparing for it? And some people may be like, well, no, why would you anticipate failure if you don't want to fail? Well, the name of the game is failure. Part of the game is failure. It's not, we can't avoid it. It's not like we can be like, oh, we don't want to fail our way to success. No, failure is actually the stepping stones to success. So instead of being naive and oblivious to the idea of failure, we need to start loving failure, celebrating failure, okay? Preparing ourselves for when it comes so that we can respond better to it and learn how to get the best out of failure. Think about what we're actually talking about on today's podcast. We're talking about how to get a return on it so that way, every time you fail, you're able to get the best return on your failure. Imagine that. Every time you fail, you're going to be able to get a return on it. That's what this is all about. Making sure that you understand how to also tell yourself the right words when you fail. I'm going to keep going. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm not going to quit. Winners never quit. Quitters never win. I get knocked down, I get back up. I got people counting on me. I will keep believing. I will keep trusting. God got your back. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. God will give you all the strength, all the determination that you need to go out there and defeat any battle. Like they say, God gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. Why are you complaining that you're going through your problems right now? It's okay. That's part of the game. You're a strong soldier. Stay strong, stay positive. Don't break. Your breakthrough is coming. Yes, you listening right now, whether you're listening to this in your car, if you're listening to this in your headphones, if you're at home, wherever you are right now, I want you to listen to this right here. I want you to claim this. After I say this, I want you to say, I received that. Your breakthrough is happening right now. It's here. Accept it. Open your hands. I receive it, Nano. I received that. My breakthrough is here. It's not coming because if it's coming, it's not here, right? No, it's here. It's now. It's happening as you're listening to this. This is what you needed. God told me to communicate this to you to let you know that your time is here. This failure, this tough time that you're going through is here to change you. It's here to elevate you. It's here to put you in a position to win. It's here to teach you the lesson that you haven't learned yet. So anticipate your failure, prepare for it, get ready. Because, like I said, proper preparation will prevent a poor performance when it's time. Okay. So that's number 4. All right. We're more than halfway through this training. All right. Let's go to number 5 on how to get a return on failure. Okay. Number 5 is develop a process to receive a return on failure. A process. Now, remember, guys, in life, it's not about what you can do, it's about what you can teach, right? So, if we want to develop a process to receive a return on failure, what is that process going to be? Well, there's a 5-step process to receive a return on failure, right? Number 1 is test. Okay, let's test a different strategy, a different technique. Okay. Number 2, we're going to fail. Okay. Things are not going to go the way that we want them to. Number 3, we're going to learn. After we learn, what do we do? Number 4, we improve. And then number 5, we re enter. Okay. This is how you do it. Very easy. That's the process. Test, fail, learn, improve, re enter. This is the process to receive a return on failure. Let me give you guys a real life example. Okay. Let's say, let's talk about in the sales perspective. Okay. Let's say I'm testing a new marketing strategy. All right. I test a new marketing strategy with posting ads on my Instagram for people to join a new business that I'm launching, as an example, right? I'm gonna just put it in perspective so you guys understand. So I'm testing a new ad that is gonna allow me to get more customers and more people to see my business. All right, I'm testing it. Boom, I test it. It fails. I put out the ad for 24 to 48 hours. It barely gets any clicks. I get no leads from it. All right. I get absolutely no leads from it. Nobody reaches out to me. The plan was for me to get people to see what I'm doing and reach out for me. And for
All right, guys, let's get this call started today. Let me just move this over here, and we are ready to go. All right, there we are. Grand Rising Familia. Happy Thursday. Very excited to be on this call with all of you guys. Welcome back to Mornings with Nano YouTube edition. I'm always blessed and excited to jump on these calls with you guys and share some amazing wisdom with all of you. Take this time to spread the word in the group chats, the telegrams. Let everyone know that we are ready to go here on today's call. I'm very excited for it, and every day is a blessed day for us to grow. So far, it's been such a productive week. So many new people joining the family, so much growth. Gym sessions have been great. People have been growing around me. It's just when you look around and it's just like everything is just working in our favor, right? We talked about this on Tuesday, living in the positive expectation that everything is just going to work out, right? And when you start teaching yourself to live in that process, it really does happen. I want you guys to know, like, when you actually live and you believe it and you speak it, you actually start to, live it. And that's something that I always teach you guys: believe it, speak it, and then you will live it. Believe it, speak it, and then you will live it. And that's what I do. I believe that everything works in my favor. I believe that everything I touch turns to gold. I believe that, you know, just everything is going to work for me, right? I believe it, but I also speak it because I'm speaking it right now. I'm speaking it. I'm speaking it. I'm speaking it. And because I do so, and because I do it enough, I convince my mind, I convince my subconscious mind, and the energy that I'm constantly putting out, it allows me to live like that, guys. So just a little nugget right there for all of you guys. Exactly. Be, do, have. Be, do, have. It really is the perfect example of be, do, have. So excited for all of you guys to be on today's call. Like I said, take this time real quick. I know that, this is the first week back after me being gone for 2 weeks. So there's a lot of people that don't know that I'm live right now. So spread the word. Let everybody know we are live on Instagram, on YouTube, everywhere. As a matter of fact, I actually forgot to share it in my Instagram chat. I'm gonna come back, guys, on Instagram. Give me 1 second. I forgot to share it in my Instagram chat. More people need to know. Let me just share one more time right here. Okay, here we go. Boom. Live now. I have a good one for us today, so please take notes because it's about to get real in here. Okay, there we go. All right, perfect. And we are go. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys to see what I have planned for, the whole Mornings with Nano Familia in 2020, 2025. We have some plans already in place, new seasons of the podcast and a lot of other things, new merch, more stuff. It's going to be a good time. So I'm looking forward to it. But with that being said, let's get started with today's call. Enough of the small talk. Today, I named today's training Planning Ahead. And the reason why I decided to do this topic, I've been very intentional with the trainings that I've wanted to do for you guys over the next couple of days and the next couple of weeks before the year finishes. So I wanted to make sure that we did something intentional, right? So, Plan Ahead was a strategy that I learned that has really allowed me to make massive changes in my life and really put me in a position where, I don't fail to prepare. Okay. It's all about the proper preparation because, as we know, if we fail to prepare, we prepare to fail. Okay. And proper preparation, it prevents poor performance. And, right now we're going into a season where, even when I was the other day at church, you know, I went to church the other day and our pastor, he was talking about the years of, the church and how, every year had a theme. Okay. And let me see if I could find it here real quick. Here it is, right? He said every year had a theme, right? So, he started, I think, back in like 2016 with his church. And, from the beginning, the theme for the year was make space. Then it was miracle emotion. Then it was stand firm, brick by brick. Then it was play the long game, for the sake of eternity, wait. And he basically said, that year 2025 is the year of harvest hands. Okay, can everybody type harvest for me in the chat box? My pastor said that the year of 2025 is the year of harvest hands. Okay, this year was the year of wait. Okay, this was the year of wait. All right, to this year was the year of wait. We had to wait this year. All right. This was the year where we had to wait. We had to stay, we had to stay true. We had to wait our turn. This wasn't a year to receive much, right? Even though we must have received some things and, things worked in our favor. And I'm sure we were able to accomplish some success. But we can all be real, we didn't receive a huge harvest. At least I didn't. I don't know if you guys did, but I don't have a huge harvest yet, right? It's still growing, it's still there, So, as I look at it, I'm like, okay, so this year was the year of wait, right? And the way that he spelled it was W and then the number 8. Okay. W and the number 8. That was his thing. And one thing I've learned is that it's not about the waiting season. It's about what you do while you wait. Okay. Okay. That's very important. Don't miss that. It's not about the waiting season. It's about what you do while you wait. All right, because we're all going through a waiting season. We're waiting for the big breakthrough. We're waiting for the quantum leap. We're waiting for the next promotion. We're waiting for, that big, thing that's happening in our life. We're waiting for the right person to come into our lives, right? A lot of us are in this waiting season, okay? But in order for us to really take advantage of the harvest that's coming for us over the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months, we need to plan ahead. And I want to teach you guys this because this is something that is going to really help you guys out a lot. Okay. Now, like I said, plan ahead is a strategy. Every letter in the plan ahead, okay, statement means something. All right. It means something. And let me tell you guys this. This strategy right here has helped me so much. Okay. It has helped me so much because there's been many times throughout my career, throughout my journey, that things happen and I needed to change certain things up and I had to plan ahead. Okay. So I'm going to teach you guys this right now and I want you guys to take notes on this. All right. So if you guys are ready, put a P in the chat box. So because we're going to start right away with the letter P and what the letter P stands for, right? Let's see who's ready to take notes, who's going to learn this. This is something you definitely want to take notes on. Okay. So the letter P, all right, right away. How do we plan ahead? The letter P basically stands for predetermine the change that is needed. Predetermine the change that is needed. Okay. Now, here's where you're going to sit down and you're going to be real, right? You're going to be honest and you're going to be like, okay, what are some changes that I need to make over the next 6, 7 weeks of the year? Okay. You got to predetermine the change that is needed. We all know that we have changes that we need to make, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you know you have changes you need to make, right? Put a 1 in the chat, Instagram, if you guys know you got changes you need to make. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit down and you're going to make a list of the changes that you know you need to make, whether that's waking up earlier, whether that's you got to get in the gym more, whether that's being more consistent with your morning routine, whether it's you got to read more, whether it's you got to invest more, manage your money better, right? Whatever it is that you feel like you need to do more of, right? Okay. Whatever it is that you feel like you need to change, okay, you need to make a list of that, okay? Because the change is important. But not only do you want to write down the change you need to make, this is important. Why do you need to make that change? Because you could just make a list of, oh, I got to change this, 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 this. But why? Why do you need to start waking up earlier? Why do you need to be doing your morning routine every single day? I want you to start thinking about these things. Okay. I want you to make a list of these things. Why? Why do you need to change? Why do you need to wake up earlier? Why do you need to read books? Why do you need to post more on social media? Why do you need to forgive this person, right? Why? All right. Because this is so important right here. Okay. A lot of us sometimes don't make a list of things that we need to change. But trust me, let me tell you guys something right now. Most important thing is making a list because now you get to see the problems you got to solve on paper. So predetermine what changes you need to make before the end of the year. You'll be surprised how helpful this will be if you actually do it. Like if you actually sit down and do this, right? You'll be able to be like, wait, man, look at all the things I got to make a change. Because in order for you to get to where you want to go, there needs to be specific changes that need to be made in the process. I know there's things I got to change. As a matter of fact, I'm doing my plan ahead as well because I'm like, okay, Nano, what changes do you need to make? And believe it or not, I already started making some of those changes. I know that one of the changes I needed to make was, I needed to get in the gym more. So I started to do it. Now my body and my strength is better than it's ever been. I made that change, right? I know that I need to be more consistent on social media when it comes to my posting, when it comes to the value that I'm giving. Okay. So instead of me, struggling with the idea of what should I post and what should I do and this and that, you know what I ended up doing? I ended up spending less money on eating out, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna hire somebody to basically film content for me and give me, batches of content that I can post every day, 30 days, 25, 30 days out of the month, right? Because I'm like, yo, if I really want to grow my brand, if I really want to, expand myself and I want the world to know me, I could no longer do the regular, 1, 2 posts a week. I gotta be like the Andy Elliott's of the world, or if you see, who's somebody that posts every day, like Andy Elliott, Hermosi, Alex Moore posts very often. I'm like, yo, I gotta get to that level of those people. Patrick Bet David, Daniel G, right? If you guys see those people, they're posting every day. You wake up and they're everywhere. They're Eric Thomas. Like, I gotta get to that level because I'm already in that level mentally, but if I'm not taking the actions, it doesn't matter. Remember, be, do, have. Yeah, I gotta become the person first. I've already become that person in the spiritual world, and I'm there, right? But the work is lacking, and the thing is, these people, the reason why they're so successful is because of their influence on social media. So I got sick and tired of it, and I said, you know what? Instead of me spending, blank amount of money a month on food and eating out, I'm gonna stop eating out because I can save that money that I'm spending on eating out. I'm gonna make the sacrifice and I'm gonna put that money towards paying somebody that can make me content. Okay, so right now I'm in the process of, I'm hiring somebody, and then most likely we're gonna start recording come December, and then everything will be done so that come 2025, you're gonna see Nano everywhere. Like, that's my goal going into 2025. Every day you wake up, every time you open up your phone, I want Nano in the face of people. I want Nano in the face, dropping value, this, fitness, faith, God, mindset, leadership, and it's just blah 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 blah. But you know what I had to do? I had to make a change. And those are my changes. Like I said, everybody's changes are different. Okay? Everybody's change is different. Okay? So based off of where you are, you got to predetermine what that change is. Okay? Whether, like I said, if it's getting in the gym more, you know, building that relationship with God, something that I feel like every single person that's on this call should be definitely, nurturing every single day, reading the word, going to church, right? Praying more, practicing more gratitude, tithing, all these things, right? To build that relationship. There's a lot of changes we all know we need to make. Okay. Some people have better relationships than others, but that's okay. Okay. Start realizing the changes you got to make and work on those changes, guys. Don't be the person that just sits around and weeks and months pass and no changes are made. Because you know what's going to end up happening? You're going to wait till 2025, and then you're going to try to change for the first couple of weeks of 2025, and then you're going to fall back into your old ways again. And then boom, another year where you do the same things over and over and over again and get the same result. You got to really make big changes. I don't want 2025 to be the same as 2024 for me. If 2025 is the year of harvest hands, then I got to be ready for it. I'm going to prepare for it. And if my pastor said it, okay, he got that message from God, and he's basically speaking that message to us, and that message coming directly from the Lord, because he said it's harvest hands. It's harvest hands. So I got to be prepared for my harvest. I got to be vibrating at a high level to receive my harvest. I got to feel good. I got to feel blessed. I got to make the changes, because you know what? God's not going to bless you if you look like a disaster. God is not going to bless you if you look like a disaster. And if the year of 2025 is the year of harvest hands, only the ones that are prepared and only the ones that are ready are the ones who are going to receive the harvest. Okay, so you got to be willing to predetermine the change. Okay, that's the P. Now, what's the L in plan ahead? The L is lay out the steps. The L means lay out the steps. write out the steps you need to take in detail in order to achieve those steps. All right. If you know, like I said, for example, myself, I'll use myself as a quick example. Okay. I knew that going into 2025, I had to level up my exposure on social media platforms. So right now, what I'm doing, we're literally laying out the steps right now as we speak. Literally, yesterday we were on a call and we're already laying out the steps. Right now, we're going through an interview process. He sat down yesterday and he was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. I need you to bring. He said, what are gonna be your 4 content pillars? Okay, what are gonna be the things that we teach on social media? You know, from what I remember, we did mindset. Yeah, I remember now. We did mindset, faith, leadership, and network marketing. If I'm not mistaken, those were the 4 content pillars, right? We're laying out the steps of the type of content that I'm going to be creating. Okay. So right now we're structuring it all up. He had me send me 5 to 6 examples of the Instagram pages that you wanna emulate, that you want to kind of like copy and kind of do something similar to. So I send them the Instagrams, right? So right now we're laying out those steps. Okay. We're laying out those steps right now. Eventually, once we get everything laid out, we do everything, then he's gonna come to me and then we're gonna create a bunch of content. Content, and then edit, boom, 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 and then it'll be ready come January 1st, which is the goal. So right now I'm laying out the steps. I'm in the preparation process because harvest season is 2025. And harvest season means you're going to receive new blessings, new people, new business opportunity, new money, new everything. So what do I need to do? I need to be prepared. Okay. I need to be prepared for that, guys. I need to be putting out the content to receive the people. Right? You see how that works? I need to be doing the work so that God can see, yo, Nano's ready. Nano's doing the work. Nano's posting every day. Nano's in the gym every day. He's in the best shape of his life. Nano's reading the books every day. He's doing his morning routine every day. He's going to church every Sunday. He's reading the word, this, right? You got to start to prepare, right? So lay out the steps of the changes you got to make. What are the steps? If you know, I remember when I first did this. When I first did this, one of the biggest changes I needed to make was my morning routine. I always tell you guys this, and I know that I may talk about it a lot, but I'm telling you guys, if it wasn't for my morning routine, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in today. Truth be told, outside of God, I give God all the credit, all the praise, and all the honor. But I'll tell you guys this: God was the foundation, and my morning routine was the work that I had to do on a day-to-day basis, guys. That morning routine is what really changed everything for me. But it wasn't just the morning routine. It was me laying out the steps. I'm like, okay, starting tomorrow, I'm gonna wake up at this time, and from this time to this time, okay, I'm gonna do this. And I laid out the steps. And I remember laying it out. I would be like, okay, 5:55, I wake up. I always would be like, okay, the first 10 minutes are for prayer, gratitude, brush my teeth, and read my goal card. Okay. And then what I would do is I would get to the park. I would walk. More wins was goody Benny. I would walk to the park, and then at 6:15 I would meditate. From 6:15 to 6:25 was meditation. Okay, from like 6:30 to 7 o'clock was reading. I always read for 30 minutes, right? After I was done reading, I would journal for about another 15 minutes. Then I was done journaling, whatever, and then I would work out after that. Okay, for 45 minutes to an hour. So by 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m., I was done with my whole routine, and that included everything. Then I came home, showered, ate something, so on and so forth, and then I was ready for mornings with Nano. Okay, I laid out the steps. Okay, I laid out my steps of what I needed to do in order for me to make the changes that I was doing, because one of my problem was I wasn't doing my morning routine. Okay, when I wanted to build a relationship with God, when I fell off with God, because what ends up happening is, look at what happens. You don't know that God is all you need until God is all you have. Okay, you don't know that God is all you need until God is all you have. And I was there in those situations where I'm like, damn, bro, I don't have nobody. I was struggling. I was at rock bottom. And I couldn't call anybody. I couldn't text anybody. I couldn't talk to anybody. And the only person I could talk to was God. So what did I start doing? I wrote it down. Okay, what do I need to do to build this relationship with God? And that included prayer and meditation every day, right? Sitting in silence every day, reading the word every day. Okay. One of the things my mentor told me, I remember when I looked for a spiritual mentor, he said, anytime you feel fear, you feel doubt, you feel anything that doesn't align with God, grab the word and read it. And I started to do that. Okay. I started to do that. I fasted. I remember I did a 3-day fast, no food, just water, tea, and I just did water, tea, and black coffee. That's all I did. Water, tea, and black coffee. I did a 3-day fast every day. I mean, not every day, but I did that, right? But what was I doing? I was looking for that relation because I needed to make the change. And then I did the steps. I went to church on Sundays. Okay. I got into the community. All right. I started to do these things. Okay. Because I was like, yo, I need to build this. And guess what? I built a great relationship over the weeks and months that came to pass. I built a great relationship and I read the word more and I read stories and I understood, things that I had never done before. I had never read, the story of Job and, Psalms and Proverbs and all these different, Bible stories and books. I never knew any of that stuff. I was the type of person that I would say I believed in God. I would pray to God, whatever it was, right? But I didn't really know the stories and the wisdom and the Bible verses, and I didn't know any of that stuff. So I knew that in order for me to get to that next level in life, the reason why I was being tested was because I was like, yo, if for you to make it in this next level in life, I need you to know, I need you to move like I move. Because the next level in life, there's too many distractions. There's too many this, and that. And I understood it. Now that I'm reaching these levels, I'm like, I know why God did what he did to me now. At the time, I was down, I was out, and it felt like I couldn't get nothing. But now I'm like, yo, now I know why you did it. Now I know why you put me through what you put me through. He wasn't trying to hurt me. He wanted me to get closer to him. He wanted me to have God consciousness. He wanted me to understand the power of trust and moving with the right principles and all these things. And those things made a massive difference for me. But guess what? I laid out the steps and I went and I did it. Right? When it came to my morning routine, I laid out and I did it. When it came to building that relationship with God, I laid out the steps and I did it. When it came to my content, I laid out the steps and I'm doing it as we speak. So guys, everything that I'm teaching you guys right now, I'm doing it myself. So the L is lay out the steps. The A and plan ahead. Okay. A is adjust your priorities. Okay. The A is to adjust your priorities. You have to adjust your priorities. I've always said this to people. We prioritize the wrong things so many times, me included. Think about it. A lot of us will prioritize, using our phones every day. We'll prioritize eating every day. We'll prioritize brushing our teeth every day, showering every day, talking to our boyfriend, girlfriends every day. We'll prioritize those things, rain or shine. No matter what, we know that we're going to do a lot of those things. But we won't prioritize reading. We won't prioritize, praying to God. We won't prioritize writing our goals down. We won't prioritize the things that are really going to help us get to the next level. Okay? Adjust your priorities. If you know, you don't even got to tell me. If you know your priorities are all messed up, adjust them. What are you prioritizing right now? You guys remember the story that I told you guys on Tuesday about the amount of time that people spend on their phones compared to the amount of time that people spend on themselves. That was how my mentor got me to adjust my priorities. Okay. He said, Neno, you're spending 7 hours a day on your phone, 7 days a week. We're talking about 50 hours a week. We're talking about 200 hours a month. How much time are you spending on yourself? You spend 200 hours a month on your phone, but how many of those hours are you spending on you? That was when I realized I needed to change my priorities. Because I can easily spend 200 hours a month on my phone, no problem. I don't even complain. You know what's crazy? You don't even notice it anymore. That's how long we've been doing it for. But tell somebody, hey, you gotta spend an hour a day on yourself, and they'll look at you like you're crazy. They'll think that, yo, this guy Nano's going crazy. And they'll complain like, nah, bro, I don't got time. I don't got the time. Yeah, Nano, you wouldn't understand, bro, what I'm going through. I sometimes it blows my mind when I hear people say the things that they say to me. They'll tell me, nah, bro, I don't got the time. You wouldn't understand what I'm going through, bro. It is so hard. But you're spending 6, 7 hours a day on your phone, no problem, and you're not even complaining about it. But you can't prioritize spending an hour a day on yourself with no phone, no distractions. You can't grab a book and read 10 pages of a good book. You can't grab your journal and write down the goals that you want to accomplish in life. You're quick to go get something to drink with your friends and family, but you wouldn't go to a networking event to meet business partners that can help you elevate your lifestyle. Come on, guys. Let's be real here. Okay. What's easy to do is also easy not to do. And I love what Jay Miles said in the chat box. Anything that you do that isn't giving power to your goals is a distraction. Anything that you do that is not giving power to your goals is a distraction. Sleep. Oh, I need to sleep, man. I need to sleep. We got to start adjusting our priorities. Look at your priorities and shift them. What am I going to prioritize to make sure that I get to these, goals of mine? Adjust them. Get rid of the old priorities. You know what you prioritize. You know what you prioritize. Yo, when I was lost in the sauce, bro, man, let me tell you guys, my priorities were all messed up. I prioritized everything but Nano. Everything got time but Nano. And I used to be the one, you know why I know about the excuses? Because I used to make the excuses. I used to be the one that used to be like, nah, bro, I don't got the time to wake up that early. I need to get my sleep. Nah, I don't got the time to call people. I don't got the time to text people and for them to join my business, but I was talking to a bunch of girls. I don't have the time to wake up on time, but it was because I was staying up till 2, 3 in the morning, playing video games or Netflix binging. I don't have this, that, whatever. I don't want to go to the gym. I'm good. Making all of the excuses in the world. Oh, now I don't have money to go to events, but I had money to go spend it on dinner and drinks with the boys. I've been there before. I've been the one to make the mistakes and make the excuses. My priorities were all messed up. Right now, I'm in a season where I don't even want to spend money. I think about it like this. I'm going back to my crypto days because the way everything is happening in crypto, I'm like, okay, here's where we're at. Crypto is in a bull run. I don't know if you guys are into crypto. I don't know if you guys invest in crypto, but I'm like, if I'm gonna go spend $100 at dinner, I'd rather save that money, eat some cereal and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I'd rather throw that $100 into crypto right now. That's how I'm moving right now. I don't wanna spend money outside right now. That's literally how I'm moving right now. This is how I'm thinking right now. I want you guys to understand that. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm like, yo, if I was gonna, because this is how it is, right? For example, let's say I'm gonna go to dinner on a Friday night. And let's say I decide not to go to dinner. I'm like, okay, I was gonna go to dinner and I start calculating in my mind. I'm like, all right, I would have got an entree, I would have got an appetizer, an entree, a dessert, plus a drink. You add service charge, taxes, everything. And if I'm go with somebody, whatever it is, I probably would have spent anywhere from $150 to $200. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna eat some cereal. I'm gonna find, maybe make myself, I love to make, a piece of bread with peanut butter, banana. You cut up a banana in pieces, and then you throw a little bit of honey over it with some granola. Yo, it hits and it fills you up pretty solid too as well. De lo mío, que lo que. And I fill it up. I eat good. I save myself that 150, that $200. You know what I do? Since I was gonna spend it anyway, I'm not gonna leave it in the bank. I mean, I'm not gonna leave it in my bank account. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take that money. I'm gonna put it in crypto. 150, $200 buys me a Solana right now. It buys me a couple of coins here and there. That's the kind of season that I'm in right now, because I know that right now it's money making season. It's harvest season. So all that money that I'm gonna spend on doing this, doing that, this, that, I'm actually like running away from people that invite me out. Like, yo, Nano, let's go. I'm like, I got things to do, bro. I'm sorry. Like I'm in the not trying to spend no money because I want all my money in crypto right now. Because I know how this works. My money's gonna double, triple, quadruple, 5x, 10x. So right now, I'm on that type of time. Right now I'm on the type of time where, this money right here that I'm going to make with crypto is going to put a deposit down for my mom's house in the Dominican Republic. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm thinking. Okay. Like, yo, this crypto bull run is going to be the one that clears any debt that I have. And it's going to help me put a deposit down for my mom's house in the Dominican Republic. That's how I'm thinking right now. So if I got to sacrifice the eating out and doing this and doing that, then I'm going to do it. And if you're in the crypto space, and you should be moving the exact same way. Don't spend no money right now. Okay. Any way that you could save money, save it. Because all those $20, $30 lunches, they add up. Think about it. $30 lunch, 7 days a week. That's over $200. And that's not including dinners. And that's not including the little coffees and this and that. Find a way to sacrifice. Find a way to save money right now. And put your money in crypto right now. That's what you got to do right now. Don't take it from me. I've been telling people for years to invest in certain projects. I remember screaming to people on Mornings with Nano, yo, go on Coinbase when Solana was at like $40, $50, $60. I remember telling people on Mornings with Nano, yo, if I were you guys, I would go on Coinbase and set it up to reoccurring purchases. Set it up for on the days that you get paid to take the money out of your account and just forget about it. Just forget about it. Just let it take it out and let it take it out. Some people listened, some people didn't. The people that listened, guess what? If you were buying during that time, your money has 5x by this point already. You remember that, Jay? So whatever money you put in, you 5x'd it. And it was safe and it was good and it wasn't in no BS project. I be putting people on. It's just people don't listen. People think everything is a scam. People don't take the time to actually ask questions. You guys don't even know that I'm the plug. You know that I can make all of us rich, right? If you actually listen to me. If you actually were like, you know what, Nano, let me actually listen to what Nano's saying. For once, let me just be like, you know what, Nano? Teach me, bro. I don't got nothing to lose. Put me on. How can I get rich the next 6 to 12 months? But only if you listen. And that's okay, because like I always teach, the message is not meant to be heard by all. It's meant to be heard by what? By some. Some will listen, some won't. Okay. But that's the key. You got to be willing. Okay. So you got to adjust your priorities. That's letter A. The N. When you're planning ahead, you got to notify key people. Notify key people. Yes, you told me 12 months. I'm already up 10 months. There you go. That's facts. My sis Rosie. I told Rosie, she's here in the chat, and she will not let me lie. Rosie was one of my students that joined literally at the end of 2023, going into 24. She literally joined, like, if I'm not mistaken, like December 28th, 29th of 2023. And I told her, I'm like, look, sis, I'm going to be real with you. Nothing is going to happen right now, right away. Okay. It's not going to happen in 30 days, 60 days. I said, give me 12 months. And if in 12 months I don't change your life, it's all love. We're still friends. It is what it is. And we keep it pushing, and it is what it is. She said, all right, bro, I'm going to give you 12 months. We're not even 12 months in, and she's already changed her life. Because I needed the time. I needed to give her the time to change. Okay. And this is somebody that's already successful. This is somebody that has worked in the NBA, that has a lot of success, that comes from very successful family, that understands, what success truly means and what it looks like. So it wasn't like it was just anybody, and she came in, she trusted it. And look, 12 months later, she's still here rocking with us. She's a lot more confident than when I met her. She's doing a lot better. She has a lot more skills. She knows how to trade. She knows how to invest. She knows so much things, right? So, sometimes it's just trusting the right people, right? So going back to the end, notify key people. Notify key people. That's what the N is. You got to notify the people. You got to tell the people around you what the plan is. Especially if you're like in a relationship, you got to notify your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Yo, look, I'm about to go on this run. Hey, I need you to wake up with me at this time. I can't have you keeping me behind. Notify your friends, notify your mentees. Okay. You got to notify the key people around you, right? I notify my team, my leaders, my people around me at all times so that people can understand how serious I am about this. Okay. So I notify the key people. And for my people that are in relationships, this is a very important conversation that you may need to have with people in your life. Okay. When I first did this, I was in a relationship and I needed to notify it. And I said, yo, look, I'm about to go on this run for the next 90 days to 6 months. I need you to understand that I'm going to go very hard. I'm going to be up early. I'm going to work hard on my business. Okay. We're not going to be able to do as many date nights. Okay. I had to have that conversation. Okay. I had to have that conversation with my parents. Okay. I told my parents, yo, ma, pa, look, this is what I'm about to do now. All right. I'm about to make a lot of sacrifices over the next couple of years. Okay. I need you guys to know this. I told my friends, the friends that I grew up with, yo, I'm about to go on the run of my life. I'm not going to be able to come chill all the time like I once did. I'm not going to be able to go out on the weekends. If you guys see that I start, distancing myself a little bit, it's not that I don't, not that I don't like you anymore. It's not that any of that. It's just right now I'm on this journey and I need to change my life. And I had to have those key conversations with the key people in my life. And if they love you, they're going to understand. Everybody around me understood. They're like, yo, whatever, it is what it is. Let's run it up. I had the conversation with my friends. I had the conversation with my mom and dad. I had the conversation with, my significant other at the time. And everybody understood. And we went and we ran the play. We ran the play and I ran the play. And that was that was like 2019. I'm talking 5-6 years ago. I ran the play, but I notified the key people so that they knew and they weren't just caught by surprise. So you got to notify key people. That's the N. The A in the head, allow time for acceptance. Allow time for acceptance. You got to give people the time to accept. Give it, what I did? I gave people 48 hours to just kind of see how people would take it. Yo, here's what it is. This is what I'm doing. Because a lot of people have sight, but they don't have vision. So what I said was, I'm like, yo, this is what I'm doing. And the good thing was nobody said anything. Nobody said nothing to me. After 48 hours, it was all solid. Okay. I allowed time for acceptance. I just wanted to see if anybody was going to say something to me or, my parents didn't say nothing. Significant other at the time didn't say nothing. Cool. Let's keep running the play. Let's go run it. Okay. So the A is allow time for acceptance. The H in the head is head into action. Now you got to go run the play. You got to run the play and head into action. You got to understand that. Now you got to go do it. Whatever you planned, whatever it was that you put on that piece of paper that you were going to go do, whether it's that routine, whether it's the gym, whether it's social media, whether it's your business, whatever you said you were going to go do, whatever run you said you were going to go on, go run it now. Don't be the person that just sits around and chills, relaxes, and takes it easy. Go run the play like you've never ran it before, because that's what I do. I've been running the play now for over 6 years, nonstop, every single day for over 6+ years. I don't stop. This is what I love to do. Somebody has to do it, because if I don't do it, who's going to do it? Think about it. If you don't do it, who's going to do it? If you don't do it, who's going to retire your family for you? Who's gonna put your kids in private school for you? You think somebody's just gonna come out of nowhere and be like, here's the tuition for your kids to go to a good school? You think anybody's gonna do that for you? Nope. You think anybody's just gonna come and drop you the keys to your dream home? Here's your dream home just because you're a good person. Not gonna happen, bro. Not gonna happen, sis. No one's gonna do it for you. And you know what's one thing I had to learn? No one's coming to save you either. You gotta go do it. And you're gonna have, remember, guys, there's a reason why only a small percentage of people actually make it happen, because there's only a small percentage of people that are willing to put the work and the sacrifice required to make the changes. There's only a small amount of people that are willing to make those sacrifices. Only a small amount. I believe in you guys. We got close to 150 people on this call live right now. We are the chosen ones. We are the chosen ones. I like how you don't sugarcoat things. Yeah, bro. I mean, I got to, because nobody sugarcoated it for me. People told me how straight how it was. Is Nano, this is how it is, and that's it. It's either you do it or not. I remember. Yeah, the price must be paid full, the full price. You can't. There's no way around it. It's just. I remember my mentor told me I remember him telling me that. I remember those exact words. He's like, Nano, you think somebody's gonna help your family for you? You think somebody's gonna buy your dream house for you, your car, the things that you want in life? You think somebody's gonna do that for you? Nobody's gonna do nothing for you, bro. Nothing. No one is coming to save you, bro. I need you to get that out of your mind. If you really think someone is coming to save you, no one is coming to save you, bro. You gotta go do the work. You gotta go do the work every single day. And you gotta do it every day, even when it's hard. Because that's the difficult part. It's easy to work when everything is easy and everything is going your way and everything is, he said, that's not going to matter, bro. It's about what you do when you're feeling down, when you're sad, when you're stressed, when you're depressed, when you're going through a breakup, when you're going through heartbreak, when you're going through the tough times in life. That's when it matters. It's not going to matter when it's going easy, because everybody could show up when it's easy. Can you show up when it's hard, when it's raining, when it's storming, when it's hot outside? And those words always stuck with me, man. I'm grateful that he said that to me, because those words always, it was like a silent voice in my head always. Nano, today's hard. Today's the day that counts. Every time, you're going through it, Nano, you gotta show up. People ask me all the time, Nano, how did you do it, bro? How did you do it? Mornings with Nano, 5+ years in a row, you showed up every day, Monday through Friday. It was because of that little voice in the top of my head. On the days that are hard are the only days that count, bro. Those are the only days that count, Nano. And those words were always stuck there in my head, whispering, today's hard, Nano, but this is the day that counts. Those other days didn't count, but today it counts. And I would show up, and it didn't matter what was happening. Bro, I've showed up on mornings with Nano under the weather. I've shown up on mornings with Nano, struggling, sad, stressed, heartbroken. There's been times I've showed up on mornings with Nano where right before the call, I was crying in tears because of the struggles and the things and the stuff that was happening. And I would literally wipe the tears off, put some eye drops in, let them sink in a little bit, wrap it up, throw on a big smile, and let's run the play. Bro, I've been there before. But you know what? I show up. 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 And I show up. No matter what's happening in life. And and the reason why I say that to you guys is because that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take. That's what it really takes right there. It takes you showing up every day, no matter what is happening in your life. Because you know the way that I look at it? If I had a job, this is the way I've always looked at it. If I had a job, regardless of what I've gone through, I would still show up to the job. How many of you guys, let's be real, right? How many of you guys have been going through something and you still showed up to your job regardless of what you've gone through? Put a 2 if you've been there before, where you were going through life. Life was hitting you and you still showed up to that job regardless of whatever it was. We can all be real. How many times has that happened? You were going through a tough time, whether it was financially, whether it was mentally, maybe you were going through a tough time in your relationship, whatever it was, but you still showed up, right? You're like, yo, I got to get paid. I got to work, right? You had to show up to work the next day. So that was the way I would always look at it. I'm like, yo, if for me, multiple times, Sasha's saying, right? Multiple times. So for me, I was looking at it, I'm like, yo, I'm showing up for my passion. I'm showing up for my purpose. So if it wasn't for this, yeah, I got bills to pay, right? Chiquita, I feel you. So we show up regardless. So for me, I looked at it the same way. I'm like, yo, I'm going to show up no matter what. I watched my father show up every day, 7 days a week. I watched my mom show up all the time for me. My mom had a hard job. I respect moms. Be real. You know, a lot of my friends around me have became moms. And I'm like, yo, being a mom is literally a 24-hour, 7 day a week job. I'm like, so much respect for moms now. Now that I'm older and like I can consciously understand things now, my respect for mothers is like through the roof now. Because they literally have a 24-hour, 7 day a week job. Like literally. Like there's no days off as a mom. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't take a day off. You know, so people think they got it hard until you watch a mom and they're like, yo, they do this every day. They can't just be like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna take a day off and chill today. You know, that you can't. You know, you got someone literally who depends on you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Mom are literally superheroes. So real quick, I just want to send some love and some appreciation to the mothers out there. I want you guys to know that all your work does not go unnoticed. It may go unnoticed to others, but to me, I want you guys to know that I appreciate all the mothers that are out there putting in the work every single day, showing up every single day through the struggles, through the tears, through it all. Like, I just want you guys to know that I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys are very much appreciated, for real. I love my mother more than anything in this world. So, you know, I just want to send more love to the moms out there real quick and just let you guys know that we really do appreciate it, for real, for real. I know that sometimes a lot of work that you guys do as moms goes unnoticed. Nobody sees it. Nobody sees the struggles. Nobody sees what you guys go through behind the scenes. And I get that. And I could only imagine how much you guys go through. But I want you guys to know Nano loves ya. Nano appreciates you guys. And Nano really, really does. It really is grateful for that. So, you know, shout out to you guys, right? And I appreciate you guys working, you know, through it all, you know, showing up on the calls, doing what's required, right? So a lot of love, a lot of love. Somebody was like, yo, you're making me cry over here. Nah, you know, it makes me cry. That's the thing. Like when I think about my mom, I could sit down right now, and start talking about my mom and I'll start crying because of how grateful I am for her. You know, like, you know, you think about it, my mom is the only person in this world that still to this day at 30 years old that calls me every day, that if I have a flight, she's the one, she knows when my flight is gonna land. Papi, llegaste bien? Did you get there safe? You know, like always checking on me. Like she's the only person in the world that's always checking on me. always making sure I'm good. Did you eat? Everything is good. You feeling good? Like, still to this day, 30-year-old man, I can't go one day without calling my mom. My mom would literally turn up if I don't call her one day. It's one of those things I never take it for granted, because it's like, sheesh, bro. Like, I love that I still get that phone call. I love that I still have somebody that, when I go to a different country, still takes the time to call me and make sure that I'm good. Because, sometimes some of those things we can take them for granted, and, we could be like, oh, my mom is always calling me and this. But in reality, I love it. I love it. I get jealous if she doesn't call me now. Like, I get mad. I'm like, ma, ¿por qué no me llamaste? Like, why didn't you call me? Like, because moms are just so special, and I say that because I know we have a lot of moms on the call, and if you don't have your mom with you, obviously, my deepest condolences, because obviously I know how important that is to many people. But it really is tough, and I want you guys to know that. So for my moms out there, again, huge shout out to you guys. But getting back to the training, head into action. That was the H. Then the E. So we could wrap it up right here. The E, expect problems. Okay. Prepare for any problems so that you can see them come easily. Prepare for them. You're going to expect problems. Remember, guys, if you go on a road to success, there's going to be problems. That's the name of the game. Problems will happen. So just expect them, prepare for them. All right. If you know that, there's certain things that are going to be a problem throughout the journey, prepare for them so that you can get them ready. Okay. The A is always point the success. Okay. And what do I mean by always point the success? Start giving yourself recognition for what you're going to do. And this was something that was cool for me. Listen to this. What I would do is I would be like, okay, yo, Nano, if you do your morning routine 7 days straight, take yourself out on a steak dinner. Like, I would prepare myself for my recognition. I had to recognize myself for my accomplishments. So, like, if I did something and I could prove myself that I did something, I would reward myself for it. So, if I read a book, if I did my morning routine for a certain amount of time, or, if I posted, if I got a certain amount of enrollments, or whatever it was that I did, okay, the A was always point the successes, okay, which basically means, planning the recognition to give yourself once you get something accomplished, right? So, like, and that's an important point that my mentor once told me. He says sometimes we suck at recognizing ourselves, and, like, we want others to recognize us, but in reality, you should be the one that recognizes yourself and loves yourself the most and celebrates yourself the most, right? Because sometimes if you expect it from others, and it's not going to happen. Me, you think about it, I do a lot of speaking engagements. I do a lot of, I perform a lot in a way, right? And, what I've learned is that some people are not going to always recognize you for it. And sometimes I remember, when I was on my journey, I would always expect for the, yo, good job, bro, good speech. You killed it, bro, whatever it is. And what I recognize is that sometimes you're not going to get that from people. So just do it yourself. Recognize yourself, show love to yourself, celebrate yourself. Trust me, it'll be so much better if you do it yourself. Letter A was always point the successes. Always point the successes, which basically means recognize and celebrate your milestones. Recognize and celebrate your milestones. And then the last one, so we can wrap it up, the letter D in A.H.E.A.D is daily review of your progress. Daily review of your progress. It's important, look back, check it out. How did you do today? Did you do everything you said you were going to do? Did you read? Did you go to the gym? Did you post? Did you, make the sale? Did you make the phone calls? Did you do what you said you were going to do? And daily review it. And if you didn't, then make the adjustment the next day. Okay, so that's how you plan ahead. And this is what I've done. I've done this with my business. I've done this with myself. I've done this with so many other things, guys. So many other things. And this has helped me an incredible amount. So I share this with you guys. Everybody, if you guys, got it all written down, everybody type plan ahead in the chat box. If you guys got value from today's call, type plan ahead, plan ahead. My bad if I go a little bit over on the calls. I really be trying to get out of here in 45 minutes in reality, but I always go over because I just kind of get into these moods. I start talking about stories, and I just kind of get into these things where I just kind of go into my little rants and stuff, and I go completely off topic for like 10-15 minutes, and then I realize I'm like, sheesh, there's still so much to talk about. But I appreciate you guys rocking it out with me, and just staying here with me the whole time. I really do appreciate you guys so much. That is today's training. I love you guys so much. I pray that you guys plan ahead. Take the time real quick, right? Take that time real quick right now and do it by letter. The P, predetermine the changes that need to be made, right? The L, lay out the steps. Okay. The A, adjust your priorities. The N, notify key people. Okay, like go out there and actually like do it by letter and start practicing it, and then take the action. Go do what's required and watch what's gonna happen. All right, guys. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I hope you guys really do have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your weekend. We'll be back next week, Tuesday and Thursday, for another great episode of Mornings with Nano YouTube edition. I'm going to do a little prayer for us, just some gratitude to God for everything that he's done for us and he's going to continue to do for us. And, we'll wrap it up right there. All right, guys. So just a quick prayer. Father God, we just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for everything that you're doing for us each and every single day. You woke us up today, so that means that you are not done working on us. We're so thankful for our health, for your protection, for your guidance, for this community that you've created, for the accountability, for the ability for us to, discern and be able to find the right people to have in our lives. Thank you for the strength that you give us each and every single day to show up. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for everything that you're doing for us. We are just so grateful. Words cannot describe how grateful we feel from the bottom of our hearts. We know that the next year is the year of harvest hands. We're going to spend the rest of the year preparing. We're going to spend the rest of the year doing the work so that our hands can be open to receive the blessings that you're going to give us, God. We thank you ahead of time for all that you're doing for us. We appreciate you. We love you. And in God's name we pray. Amen. 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 All right, guys. So that being said, have a blessed day. Have a blessed weekend. Don't let your weekend become your weekend. And with that being said, I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday, fam. Love y'all. Let's go.